If you're a towing business looking to start generating leads with Google Ads, this video might help you to set realistic expectations. I'll explain what needs to be in place and what can impact early results, and how Google Ads can start bringing in towing leads when set up correctly. So let's get started. So guys, we're in our Google Ads dashboard, and if you're a towing business and you want to run Google Ads, in this video I'm going to talk about how with the right strategy you can attract towing leads within a week. This is one of our example account, and this is a towing business account. And in the last 30 days, as you can see, they have generated 476 phone calls and 289 conversions. And why the number of conversions can be less than the number of phone calls? Because some people might call several times and we need to count that as one conversion. Or a certain phone call length might be less than, let's say, 20 seconds or less than 10 seconds. And you should not consider those kind of phone calls as conversions. So that's why the number of conversions are less than the number of phone calls. And as you can see, the cost per conversion, it's around $19.72, and it's search impression share metric. And you can see this kind of other examples as well, where I've helped different local service businesses to generate phone calls using Google Ads. You can check more of these kind of case studies by visiting my website. So what are the strategies I would use to start generating phone calls for towing businesses within a week? So first of all, start with high intent, high quality towing related keywords. And keyword research is one of the most important parts to generate phone calls for towing service businesses. So we're going to go to the keyword planner section, and we're in the tools, and under planning, we're going to go to keyword planner and click on discover new keywords. And as an example, let's say we're going to use the word towing. With this broad type of keyword, we can have more keyword ideas available. So as you can see, we have 401 keyword ideas available, and we can choose more high intent, more specific keywords from this list. So let's say from here, you can find several high intent keywords. So that could be tow truck near me, towing company near me, tow truck service near me, tow truck company near me, 24-hour towing near me. So these are some of the keywords that you can choose when you have just started running your ads and you want to attract leads as soon as possible. Rather than choosing super broad, less specific keywords, you can choose more specific, more tighter keywords to attract high quality traffic. A quick reminder, if you want to know how I got 2x more phone calls using 2 key strategies in Google Ads, click the link in the description below and I'll send you the video of how I did that for free. And with that way, we're going to go to the next section, which is you should be careful when using broader and tighter targeting, which means by broad keywords, you can use tow truck, which is a little bit broader compared to tow truck near me. But this keyword can also attract a lot of really high quality phone calls as well. But in certain locations that might work, but in certain locations that might not work, because it can depend on the competition as well. And it can also depend on how people would use keywords in that specific target location. For example, specific target keywords might perform better in different states of the United States, or even with different counties or different cities, the target keywords might perform differently. So that's why you should be careful when using broader versus more tighter keywords. And that can be applied for match types as well. So if you're using phrase matches or even broad matches, for certain locations, it might work really well. But for certain locations, you should be using more targeted keywords, and you should be using also exact match keywords as well to attract the highest quality traffic, because for certain target locations, phrase matches and broad matches might attract a lot of competitive terms, and it might attract a lot of spam calls, and you should be really, really careful when using broad or phrase match type of keywords as well. So when doing your keyword research, you should be careful when choosing your target keywords. So let's say you have done your keyword research and you need to structure your campaigns to generate phone calls with those keywords. So you need to create call focused campaigns as well. So you can have different types of campaigns. You can have campaign with responsive search ads, or you can have campaigns with call only ads. But I would not suggest you to choose any other campaign types like display. It might ask to use demand gen or performance max. At least you shouldn't use performance max initially. Once you have generated enough reliable conversion data, later you might consider using Performance Max. But if you start using with Performance Max, it can attract a lot of spam phone calls and it can waste a lot of your budget as well. So you should be really, really careful when using Performance Max. But I would not suggest you to use other campaign types other than PMax. So video, display, or demand gen. they might be waste of budget, and I would not consider them when running Google Ads campaigns for your towing business. So you should create your call focused high quality campaigns with one goal: to generate phone calls. And you should structure your campaigns with that way. So you can create different ad groups for different specific services depending on the keyword nature. For example, if people are looking for 24/7 tow truck services, you can talk about 24/7 tow truck services. Or if they are just looking for tow truck services in general, you can create ad groups for that. Or maybe they are looking for tow trucks in Houston, which is a location name. You can create ad groups specifically for that location. And with that way, you can increase your chance, and you can have more chance of converting more of those traffic into high quality phone calls. And the next thing on our list, you should build call focused high quality ad copies as well. So let's see an example. So let's see this example ad. So if you're gonna see this ad, as you can see, we have headlines, which is pinned at first, second, and we have unique selling points. And here the main headlines should be relevant to your target keywords. And here also I've pinned the headlines, and you don't have to pin the headlines, but this is just a personal preference. If you don't pin the headlines, Google Ads can mix and match the headlines and can show the headlines with higher click-through rate. But the point is, your headlines should be relevant to your target keywords. If you are using ad group with target keywords, let's say 24/7 towing services, your headlines should also be talking about 24/7 towing services. Or if your ad groups are talking about, let's say, towing services in Houston, your headlines, if they can include those target keywords, it can have more relevancy and your conversion rate can be even higher. People, without clicking on your ads and visiting your landing page, they can immediately call directly from your ad. So you can increase your chance of higher conversion rate with that way. So working on your headlines and descriptions and making them to your target keywords is one of the most important steps as well. And with your headlines and descriptions, it can help you filter irrelevant clicks. And if they are looking for something irrelevant services, or they're looking for your competitor names, with the right structured headlines and descriptions, people can know that's what they're looking for or that's not what they're looking for. And you can save some budget if you're stopping some irrelevant traffic with your headlines and description. And the next thing on our list, you should build call focused, highly relevant landing page that is relevant to your target keywords. So let's imagine this is our landing page, and you can see its mobile version as well. And let's say we're seeing it for iPhone 14 Pro Max. And that's how it would look like if it would be the landing page. And your landing page should have relevant target keywords as a headline, and that headline should be relevant to the target keywords that people are using on Google search. And it should have relevant descriptions, and it should have call to actions, which is click to call button. And that's how you can create highly relevant landing pages. With my own clients, I usually build their landing page for free by using my own templates, because landing pages are also one of the most important parts in turning the traffic you're getting from Google Ads into high quality phone calls. Because let's say if you're generating a lot of clicks and they are also high quality, let's say, but they are not convinced after going through your landing page, you may lose that relevant traffic and you may waste a lot of your budget with that way. So that's why you should focus on your landing page as well. And the next thing on our list, you should put your daily budget that can generate you enough number of impressions and clicks. And those clicks can turn into phone calls. Because if you're not putting enough daily budget, but you're expecting to receive some phone calls, that's not gonna work. You should be at least getting some number of clicks per day. And from those clicks, you can expect to generate some number of phone calls. So that's why give realistic daily budget. And if you put enough daily budget per day, you can expect phone calls from those high quality traffic. And the next thing on our list, you should choose a bid strategy that can generate you several clicks per day. Maybe your bid strategy might be the problem right from the start. So you can have several bid strategies. With my own campaigns, I might use manual CPC, maximize clicks, or maximize conversions with or without target CPA. And let's say if you are putting some limitations with manual CPC, let's say, or maximize clicks, and in your industry, in your location, the average cost per click, let's say $7, and you are putting maximum cost per click bid limit as $4, $3. And that can limit you to generate enough number of impressions and clicks, and you may not get enough clicks, which can result in no phone calls. That's why I try to choose realistic bid strategy limits so you can generate enough number of clicks per day. So let's say you have been generating conversions with $20 cost per conversion. And if you put like $10 cost per conversion, it might have a really hard time to generate your conversion. So you should analyze both cost per click limits and cost per conversion data based on historical cost per conversion data. Or let's say if you don't have historical cost per conversion data, at least try to choose average cost per click numbers in your location. And the next thing in our list, you should review search terms report daily and optimize daily, because you want to start generating results within 1 week, and you should know the quality of your search terms as well. Maybe the search terms you are receiving within 1 or 2 days, you can have a clear picture that they're not relevant. So let's say these are our search terms, and you can go through these search terms. I also add target keyword sections here. By default, you may not have this option, and you can add this target keyword section to know which search terms are generated from which target keyword. So you can go through these search terms and make sure that they're highly relevant and high quality traffic. And from those high quality traffic, you can expect to generate high quality phone calls. So if you're receiving some irrelevant traffic, or people are looking for other competitor names or irrelevant services, you can add them as your negative keywords, but make sure that you are not receiving a lot of irrelevant search terms. It is fine from time to time to receive irrelevant terms, and you can add them as negative keywords so that you won't see them in the future. But if you're receiving a lot of low quality search terms, that means the target keywords you're using might not be correct, and you should use more targeted, higher quality keywords to attract higher quality traffic. And this leads us to the next section, which is add negative keywords before and after creating your campaigns. So let's say you should make your research and find your competitor names and add them as your negative keywords before launching your ads. And after launching your ads, you can go through the search terms report and find more and more irrelevant terms, more and more competitor names, and add them as your negative keyword. This is what you can do frequently after you have launched your ads, because adding negative keywords frequently is also one of the most important steps to optimize your campaigns and to get better and better quality traffic. The more negative keywords you add which are not relevant to your business, the better it can be to generate higher quality traffic. So guys, these are some of the ways I would apply to generate phone calls within a week for towing service businesses. Again, if you guys want to know how I doubled the number of phone calls using 2 key strategies in Google Ads, you can click the link in the description below and I will send you the video of how I did that for free. Or if you guys want my help to generate phone calls for your towing business, you can also apply to work with me and I'll try to manage your campaigns at an affordable rate. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video and see you guys in my other videos.